And hello, movie lovers, and welcome to the show. With me, I have my good friend Chris with me. He's an indie director. I also have Pick a Flic Podcast with me. We're here because of Seth Rogen. We're here to review The Studio, Season 1. We're going to talk about some of our favorite scenes, favorite episodes, and so forth. So let's go on ahead. Let's get on with the show. Hey guys, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me again. Good to be
You're
back.
very welcome.
Oh, it's nice to meet you again. Nice to meet Pick.
It is nice to
And
meet you too again.
and it's here's the thing. Chris and I go way back since high school. I knew as soon as I saw this TV show that I had to have him on here. He's also a director. I wanted to get some insight as to his style and the way he films things, and how everything was incorporated into the studio and things like that too. So I figured have two people that review movies and have one person that directs movies and have different outtakes like that. But just opening this, I just want to mention this. I knew that us as film fanatics would love this show, right? But thing is, I'm not sure if people who are not film fanatics and who are not movie buffs, I was wondering if this would be a show for them because it gives us insight into behind the scenes stuff, which is stuff that we eat up on and stuff like that as moviegoers, as film buffs and stuff like that, right? So I was kind of enthused with it of like, okay, is the average person who sees the movies, are they even going to care about this? Who is this geared for? Is this geared towards us? And it is. It's everything that we ever wanted. It gives us some behind the scenes stuff that producers go through, studio heads go through. It is such a good TV show. I've definitely recommend it. It's on Apple Plus. Seth Rogen did a fantastic job at setting everything up for this. Writing, directing, everything about this actually feels like a Hollywood TV series. So I'll let you guys go on ahead, open up to some of your with your first episode that you liked, and after that I'll go in being last.
Well, I have to say that I was just very impressed with how rapid fire the episodes were going to go for the show. I was kind of looking at it on the side like, I don't know if this is going to be something that I'd be interested in because, Seth Rogen is pretty hit or miss for me. He has his moments and then sometimes just like it plummets. So there was a clip that stood out to me that I saw online. And I said, okay, maybe I'll give it a shot. And then, of course, John, you told me, yeah, man, you got to give it a shot. It's actually pretty good. So I just started and I was like, okay, this is actually pretty funny. And then suddenly I found myself binging it within a week. But it's just absolute hilarity from beginning to end. The cast was great. The writing was terrific. And all the cameos that they got for the show was just
It's
It's
amazing
insane.
on the cameos that they got for this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was pretty crazy. Yeah, but a very good show.
Sure.
Yeah. It was it's great to watch. I really enjoyed how fast paced it was. Like you start watching the film or not the film, the series, and then before you know it, the episode's already over, and you're like, oh, I want more of this. And it's kind of funny. It hits on a lot of the stereotypes that is in the industry, and the defensiveness on some episodes, like people from outside the industry say, you know it's really great. I actually, if we want to talk about episodes, so one of the ones that I really enjoyed was the one where it was Quinn versus Sal,
Oh yeah.
and
Okay.
it was at the end. But I loved when he threw the burrito and she ducked, and it nailed that. I think it was a PA, and that just completely ruined the set. It was just such great comedy, and it's like you see how frantic Seth's character is, Matt, trying to just like he wants to appease everyone, but he also wants his own way and everything wrong that can just happen. And it's great, and I'm really enjoying the series so far.
Same here, and I definitely agree with you on what you said about Matt, though. Like, he's a people pleaser. He wants to be accepted into parties. He wants everyone to just love him and say, "Way to go, Matt! You're doing fantastic, Matt." he just wants the approval of other people, right? And this is the first episode. The promotion is one of my favorite parts, even though it's a pilot. But it sets up so much of Seth's character to me because of the fact that it's like, oh, am I invited to this party? No. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And then he also wants the promotion, but he doesn't understand with the promotion, there's a lot more stress on him to get certain things done compared to the job that he already has.
Right.
And you're introduced to Ryan Cranston, who, wants to be able to just put out a Kool-Aid movie while Seth believes in cinema. He's our old school type. He's me. He's you. Where we're like, we need to be in a movie theater to see this movie. It's a Martin Scorsese film, and we need to be in there because of cinema. And he's who represents our old way of actually doing things. While Ryan Cranston is also the one who represents the new age of streaming, of putting stuff together. So I thought it was really clever on how they do this. And of course, my favorite thing is like how they pitch it. Goes, oh, the Kool-Aid man? He goes, that fucking sucks. And then when Ryan Cranston goes on ahead and pitches it to Matt, he goes, yeah, that's pretty cool, man. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, that he's like walking down the hall and he's like, oh yeah, if I didn't say that I wanted to do it, I wasn't going to get the job. When he's talking to Seth.
It's just funny.
That's great.
Because it goes through the stress of working as a studio head, of someone behind the scenes of working. So I like that whole entire behind the scenes lens of it. And then also too, whenever even in this, I'm not going to go into the second episode, but I like how they talk about the first person view shot, and they're actually showing it's a first person view shot with the actual main characters, while also showing it's a first person view shot of the set that they're filming. So I thought that was clever at playing the meta on both ends on that.
Yeah, it's like a film within a film kind of aspect, and it's hilarious. And it's really funny because it also hits in the first episode a lot of how the industry is going nowadays. So it's like, okay, we're here to make a movie. We're not here to make a film. So I want Kool-Aid because it's going to make us money. And the fact that he wants to do artsy stuff. And it's really funny because I've actually heard the term artsy fartsy a lot since I've joined the industry. And the fact that they said that, I was like, oh, I don't want this artsy fartsy. Are you going to be that guy? He's like, no, I'm not going to be that guy. I'm going to make your Kool-Aid movie. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And it's so good to see Seth do that, being that passive aggressive guy, and then trying to go on ahead and try to go, how the fuck am I supposed to do this?
Right.
Like once he gets out of the office, then comes the reality of it. Is like, oh snap! I really have to try and make this work. My butt is on the line here.
Yeah.
So I like how at first he's like, I don't want to do this. This movie sucks. And then next thing you know, yeah, I'll do it. And then after that, it's actually the scary moment of like, I got to make this a reality now.
Yeah, like,
and then we have Mars. Yeah.
How's that director going? Oh yeah, I got that. Sure, you got the job. And then he goes talks to Scorsese.
Yeah.
And this just completely falls apart from there. Well, you have this epic movie. I want to be artsy fartsy. Jonestown. Well, we're gonna name it Kool-Aid. Yeah, okay. And then it comes out later. And it's like, well, we're not going to go that route because our marketing team couldn't do it.
Goodness.
And remember how he does it though too? He buys the script from Martin Scorsese, so the way it doesn't even get made. And that's
it wasn't his original intent though. He wanted to make an artsy film, and but he had to push this Kool-Aid thing through. So you can't have Jonestown with everyone drinking Kool-Aid at the end.
And I like how Seth also, when Matt says, okay, I got some good news. You get to have Jones in there. You get to have everything you want, but we're going to rename it Kool-Aid.
Yes.
What?
I was like, oh well, yeah, we could do that. And then he's crying at the end. You made him cry.
He was supposed to retire on this mantle, and now it's gone.
It was supposed to be his most epic
film. He was so excited, like, oh my gosh, I'm so looking forward to working with you, man. Marty, why are you crying?
I like through the whole thing too. They're like Buscemi, Buscemi, Buscemi.
Buscemi.
And this also goes into the whole entire thing of casting in this movie, though, too,
Mhm.
in this TV show, where basically he's like, does this look like the guy that we want starring in this role? Does he look like a leading man? And then they have different pictures of different actors that they want to play the leading man.
And they're trying to like not marginalize any group, and the stress that they're just going through upon themselves. And I think that was the episode with Ice-T, right?
Yeah, Ice Cube.
Or Ice Cube. Ice-T.
Well, there is an Ice-T, but he's been busy doing Rock Auto commercials.
Law and Order, Ice-T.
You're thinking episode 3 casting, which I have as my favorite episode as well. But
man, how did I mess that up?
It's okay. It's okay.
I have too many names running through my head, you know.
But we actually talked about some of our other shows and stuff. But I mean, some of our favorite episodes. What's some of the things that stood out for you?
Oh man, the Ron Howard episode, just Matt walking on eggshells about this note, knowing that he had something critical to say about Ron Howard's earlier movie 20-something years prior. So he's just, oh yeah, man, it's good. And everybody acts like they like a certain part of the movie when they know it's absolutely horrible. It just goes over long. They just don't want to hurt the director's feelings. So it's just, oh yeah, man, it's good. And then they find out that, and just like them, man, it's like, this is not good. It's like, why don't you tell him? Give him the note. Because I hurt his feelings. He doesn't even know. But the twist, finding out that Ron Howard actually does know that he gave him that note. Oh my God, that was hilarious. The pratfall leading up to that, that's what got me into the show. Just the physical comedy. I'm a sucker for good physical comedy if it's done right. That was just hilarious.
Yeah, that was. And then the phone call at the very end where they both apologize to each other and then like give the FUs to each other.
I apologize. Yeah, I apologize. But if you do that, I'll fucking end your life. Okay.
Understood.
Then Anthony Mackie inside the meeting, though, too. It's even funnier because everybody's life is on the line here. Like, if you're inside this movie with the director and you're sitting down at the table, your ass is on the line. If you're the producers, your ass is on the line. Everybody's asses is on the line here. So I like how you have Anthony Mackie goes, man, you gotta tell him to cut that ending. It's way too long. It doesn't make any sense. It sucks. And then Seth's like, oh my God, I'm glad you told me. Because we don't like it either. Really? Yeah. Let's go in the meeting. Let's tell him. Okay. So
and then in the meeting, they just joins with the rest of everyone just ripping into Matt. That was a freaking amazing episode and scene. I mean, it seemed a little like out of place maybe for the series because it was so fast paced, but at the same time you kind of need that one kind of slow episode, but it still built up so much comedy for that ending. It was great.
It was like, and then he goes, I'm sorry I called you a bald-headed asshole.
I need that hat, man. If that hat could just knock somebody into some glass, I need that hat.
But it's such the comedic timing between everybody being able to bounce off of each other that quickly was really good. If you can rapid fire that and be able to do it, it landed straight. It was really good.
I actually have to wonder how much of it was ad-libbed and how much of it was actually script, you know?
Right, exactly. And I would never picture Ron Howard to do something like this.
Right. I think that's the whole point of the joke, right?
Right.
Through the whole thing, he's like such a nice guy. Just tell him. Just get it done with. I mean, you know, we know that it was about his cousin, but, you know, he's a nice guy. He'll take it. And then Seth's like, no, he's not. No, he's not. I'm not going to tell him. You tell him.
It was so good. It was this was very well deserved. Then the other thing I liked was the missing reel, where Seth Rogen is actually talking to us as the audience.
The noir detective feel.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I remember the good old days of 7mm film being played in the movie theaters. It was just a time that you just had to be alive to be able to see this.
Got a little flashbacks to Dick Tracy there.
Yeah. The No More stuff worked for me because I love No More stuff. It's just something about it. And then he's going down the stairs talking about everything. And then his partner goes, "What the hell are you talking to?" "Oh, I'm talking to my recording because of the fact that my psychiatrist told me it would be good for me." He goes, "That's fucking stupid."
Yeah. That's stupid. What? And then he does. He only does it a couple of times throughout that episode. But after that, it was like you kind of thought that he was going to be doing it more up until Sal said something.
Right. But I like the fact that it's not over. Here's the thing: when it comes down to comedy, sometimes I feel like they basically slap us over the head with the same joke over and over again. So the fact that they only use it for a certain point, I like it.
Yeah.
And then you're able to do more with something else to make it more of a detective thing without him to doing a No More type of thing of him trying to solve where the 7mm film is. And I also like how the projectionist is like, 7mm film sucks. You're not the one who has to reel this crap back in.
Yeah, just like everyone's moving away from. That's another thing that was like through the industry too. Everyone's going digital, right? So they're still pointing like throughout all this comedy. They're actually pointing out the stuff that's happening in the industry. A lot of people are moving away from film and just doing digital. So the fact that he brought that up is like, film sucks. Do you have to wind it all up?
It reminds me of us going in the 90s having to watch movies in the theater and someone has to go on ahead and switch out the film. Like Titanic, and they have to go on ahead and give us an intermission just to place the 7mm film onto the projector.
Right.
So it is a pain in the butt. It really is. But to us, the nostalgia is there. But still, is there a reason to have it now? No. But Quentin Tarantino thinks otherwise. So it's also a nod to Tarantino, who uses 7mm film for his last film that he did, which is that Western film.
I feel that. I mean, there's debate. I kind of like the look of film still, but digital is pretty much almost there. I don't think it's quite there for that film look, but I mean, it's so close that unless you're a real film person, you're not gonna notice it. If you're just a consumer, you're not gonna notice it as much, you know. Because you're going to be focused on the action, the comedy, or the drama the whole time. You're not going to, as long as it looks good, the lighting's good, and the script's good, the average person probably won't notice it as much anymore today.
Right. And for me as a movie reviewer, it's like, I don't really care. Just give me the movie that I signed up for in the trailer that you give me. I'm like, I get it. I liked it back when I was a kid. It's time to move on to new technology and figure out things at a better way.
Film is so expensive too. So, I mean, to help cut costs, going digital is really the way.
Not only that, but think of it like this. If it's exposed to sunlight and your film burns up, that's the end of that. And there's no way of actually getting that film back. And then,
I mean, everything's on a video card now too. So if somebody accidentally drops it and it breaks,
right. But I like how it's actually the director who doesn't want this to be the light of day, and she's the one who stole it. And
it's supposedly one of her best takes ever because she was in it or something, and then the explosions and stuff, and she wants to retake it.
I wonder if that was poking fun at Olivia Wilde's movie, Press Fiasco. Don't Worry, Darling. That whole thing. I wonder if that was kind of poking fun at that era. That was unhinged.
It could have been.
The scene stuff going on. I thought it was, but it was nice.
It could have been. It really could be, because they have so much stuff. If you actually watch and you're actually in the industry, you see how much they poke fun at so much of the stereotypes or the internal kind of jokes that are going on in the industry. It's kind of funny to watch. And I'm actually just new to the industry, and I'm picking up on some. There's probably so much more that I haven't seen that they're poking fun of that others would probably get too.
Exactly. So, what other things stand out for you guys? That's what I want to know too.
You know, honestly, the camera work and everything has been amazing for this, and I'm more of a camera guy because I just went to school for cinematography, so I've been watching the lighting and stuff for it, and it's actually been really appeasing that they're able to do the film within a film and keep all the nice lighting and everything. And I'm not too big on the handheld stuff where it's kind of shaking, but because of how fast paced and everything this is, it really works for it, and I've just been loving it so far.
Okay. Big Flic. What about for you though? What other things?
I think we covered about everything. I mean, just down from the writing to the camera work, as we just mentioned. Man, it was just a breath of
Well,
fresh air, something that you don't really have to put too much thought into.
well, another thing too is like the casting is the name of this of episode 3, which is what we talked about a little bit, and then I also had the
hmm
presentation.
Mhm.
So those are my two that I wanted to talk about because the casting for me was funny as hell because of the fact it's the outside world on how they're gonna judge the studio on how they cast certain things. So it was
Right.
to be to get Ice Cube to be the voice of the Kool-Aid Man, to get a
Yeah.
whole different all types of different cast members that is very detailed in to try to be not racist or anything. And
Exactly.
then Matt goes, "Is this racist?" He goes, "No, I don't think so, man. I think we're good." He goes, "Are you sure?" I don't like this. Whenever someone says, "Oh, you shouldn't have you casted a black man to play the Kool-Aid Man," he goes, "Well, it's not racist to me." Well, let's ask somebody around the workplace and see. So they ask people around the workplace, and then they finally get to Ice Cube, and he's like, "What's going on, Matt?" He goes, "Well, I was just wondering, some people have some issues with the casting."
Why are you
Who has
whispering?
issues? Not me. I don't have no issues.
I don't have an issue. Do you see any possibilities of it? What are you trying to say?
It was just, and then he's like, Matt, just say it. Okay. Is it racist that I casted you as the Kool-Aid Man? I think it would be racist if you didn't cast me as the Kool-Aid Man.
Right.
Because I'm going to give you the best damn Kool-Aid Man that you ever seen.
Right.
Oh yeah.
So, oh yeah. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. I just like the back and forth between him and Ice Cube as well about how they do that. Just the whole casting thing of how studios pick and choose their leads and how they pick their actors for movies and then the backlash that they have to go through. And it's
Mhm.
like, okay, we need to go ahead and redo this again. And
Back to the drawing board.
And this is probably why most things get delayed is because the casting decisions in the studio probably.
Yeah, a
Well,
lot of financing and contracts that you have to jump through.
Yep.
And then you have to make sure you follow. A lot of these are union films, so you have to follow union regulations and then the paperwork for that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But then we get the presentation, which is the grand finale of it all. And this
Yeah.
is to me was the most hilarious thing. We have the party scene from the first from that last episode, and it follows into the season finale, and they're all still high from shrooms and cocaine and just
Yeah.
Matt because of Matt's party.
Yeah,
And
because
you had
because of his old school Hollywood
right.
party. It's an old school
I was
Hollywood
like,
buffet.
they were doing more than shrooms, Matt.
right.
Oh
So
man! And then he
yeah,
didn't know
okay.
the math. He didn't know the math for the shrew. So he just put it in the chocolate, and everyone just got wasted.
Captain O'Hara's just panicking, like, "You're gonna kill him, and this is gonna be your fault." Oh my god!
Yeah, then Griffin's just off in his own world, just like on the casino floor, dancing in fountains, just
Well, he did a little bit more than dance against fountains.
Nah, he just went right up in there.
Yeah, got on all knees for that statue.
Yeah, and then the search for him was hilarious too. The classic, like, he's right here. Okay, you need to fix this. Turns around and he's gone.
And then like, you know what? We're gonna Weekend at Bernie's this.
Yeah, Hollywood magic. All right, let's do it.
And Captain O'Hare's like, this is a bad idea, Matt. This is a bad idea. No, we can totally do this. We can do Weekend at Bernie's. We can Bernie's this bitch. So goes on ahead and Weekends at Bernie's him, and it's hilarious about how they walk into the hotel, and was like, hey, how's it going, man? It's going good. How you doing? And then you have James Franco's brother come walking in there and everything, giving high fives, and he's still high. And then
yeah.
And then
immediately, John. Oh my god!
And then the press guy comes walking in, tries to talk to him. They're all like hiding him with the cowboy hat. Oh, this is. I think they said my cousin.
My uncle. He's a little, out of order right now, but he's with us. All right, well, good luck at the presentation, guys.
We got this. And then the whole presentation part.
Yeah, the presentation though, behind the scenes with Zoe Kravitz, she's like
copying everybody.
And she was like, she even figured out who she was. Like she goes, and she's mimicking everybody that she sees. She goes, "Hey Zoe,
What's your problem?
What's your problem?
Where's Zoe? Where's Zoe?
You're Zoe." No, I'm not
Zoe.
Zoe. Where's Zoe?
She's basically became the character that she was playing, so therefore she's not Zoe. So she was so high that she became the character that she was playing.
What was great too is how everything just concluded at the end. Yeah. How everything's just like, and that's funny thing. If you've been in performance, everything's just falling apart behind stage, and everything's like complete chaos. And then you're like, oh crap, they're right on stage now. And then it's like the most perfect translated performance that they have. And you're like, how? What? What just happened? How did this work?
We just stressed for 3 minutes for nothing.
we just stressed for the past 8 hours. And everything was falling apart. Everyone was still high. Everyone was like, our CEO couldn't even walk. And somehow he managed to get on some hookups and fly down for the performance. And it was like, and it was perfect.
Right.
Yeah.
And then also too, you have James Franco's brother that goes on stage with blood all over him. It actually fits in, but the funny thing is that you listen to the dialogue of that whole entire presentation, it fits into the way he looks. So therefore, no one's going to bat an awkward eye because it's called Alphabet Street or something like that. So it actually fits in. With
it's actually the I think it was the movie from the one episode. So it's all action and everything. So if he's like all bloodied up and he's got all this, and he's like all high and happy and everything, and then right when he walks on stage, we are going to do this film, and you're like, what?
Oh my gosh, he's actually on point.
Hey Matt, I need an ambulance.
Yeah, right when he walks off stage, I need an ambulance. And
And the way that they get Bryan Cranston to come alive again, though, is through cocaine.
Yeah.
Even more high.
I think they gave Zoe cocaine too. They were good for like, I counted it maybe 50 seconds, and then everything just went back to shit. It's just, oh my god.
I was like, oh, well, they're loopy. Just sober them up. You know what? We got the old school. Let's go old school. Cocaine. All right, let's do
Brian was like, we're gonna do fucking oh my god.
We're gonna do it.
5 seconds later, he's just like, where am I?
And then,
oh my gosh.
I like you mentioned though, Chris, Bryan Cranston comes down on the.
Yeah, he comes down all tied up to the rig and movies. And then everyone just starts chanting with the movies. Like, okay, well, he didn't give a speech, but you know what?
He just started dancing like Pinocchio at the end. Just, hey! I got no strings with me.
No strings on me.
Yes.
But,
oh man, This cast
was
is
so
just
great.
amazing.
It was. The whole casting is really great. Also, too, you're also scared for them because they're about to get basically fired and not even have jobs because of the fact that the Continental is about to be bought out from to Amazon.
Right. Yeah, and then when Griffin's all out in the fountain and everything, and Patty is like, "Oh, this is my perfect time for revenge since you fired me." And then she calls the the press guy, and she didn't know. So she has a complete panic once she finds out from Matt. Yeah, that's
That was a cute bittersweet moment between them, though. Like, no, really, I love you more than I hate him. I was like, oh, that's cute.
yeah,
That's cute.
yeah.
Yeah.
If it wasn't for that, she probably would have just let it all go.
She would have just kept
Right.
on, it would be bad if she was live streaming it, but it's a good thing that she wasn't live streaming. She was just
On TikTok,
She
with,
was
like,
just
the
recording
penguin.
it.
otherwise they wouldn't have been able to cover that up.
Right. And she's
But-
like, you can actually hear, look into the camera at one
Right.
point.
Now, if he flashes the camera, then she's going to get her account banned. It's over.
Right. And then Matt's like, what the hell are you doing? Just get my revenge. This is perfect. Because no, it's not. We're about to get fired. What?
If
Wow.
this doesn't go perfectly, we're going to be sold to Amazon. What's in your head right now? CinemaCon has to go perfect. We have the best lineup. But if we mess this up, it's over.
It's over for all of us.
Jeff Bezos wins.
Jeff Bezos.
But okay, so we talked about some of the positives. The only negatives I have is like a couple of episodes, like the Golden Globe for me kind of slowed it down a little bit.
Yeah.
The only part that was actually funny was when Matt's trying to get Zoe to give him a thank you speech.
And Sal
Because
keeps
his mom-
getting all the thanks yous.
Right.
Right. We almost had a Will Smith moment there. He was going to get up on that stage and do something because Zoe Kravitz was actually at that year's Oscars when that happened. I was like, oh no, deja vu.
Freaking Kanye when he walked up on
Keep
stage.
your name in your mouth. I'm going to. Okay.
I like she actually did thank him, but everything was cut. So it didn't get put on TV.
Back there. Like
Yeah,
she's
the
The
about to
piece
say,
ran way too long. So
It's a good old Mike
Couple music
Wazowski from Monsters Inc. right there.
right.
perfect analogy.
Thank you for coming out. But then but yeah, I thought it was that was like the only thing that I have to say that slowed it down, and also the doctors convention thing that they had.
I think those were more like kind of like internal kind of jokes for the industry people, because a lot of people like they put so much work into it, and then there's always that one person left out on the thank yous, or people think about thinking, and they prep all these speeches, right? But then they get up there and they ad-lib it. So
Right. Like Zoe goes, it's perfect. The way I have it, I cannot change it, Matt. I cannot change it. I'm gonna be emotional. I'm gonna be humble. Then I'm gonna thank everybody. And then I'm gonna get my trophy and I'm gonna walk off that stage. I don't have time for you. I do not have time to say thank you to you.
mhm. And then the whole
And
time
then-
she's like, I'm not going to win. I'm not going to win. We're not going to win. We're not going to win. And then we win. Everyone's like, yeah, you're going to win. No, I'm not going to win. That's like, it's so common to see, like in film festivals. It's like, oh, yeah, I know. Did you see that other film? Oh, man, we're going up against these people. We're not going to win. And it's kind of like one of those, like, if you say it enough and then you win, you're like surprised. But
Right.
you also know at the same time you have like a top crew working with you. So you kind of, it's kind of like the saying good luck on opening night,
Exactly.
You don't say good luck on opening night. You keep or you don't say good luck and you say break a leg instead. It's kind of like that kind of mentality, I think.
I got
And
you.
it was kind of like poking fun at that, I think, a little bit too.
I can see that. Like, I understand the concept of it and stuff. But, there were some moments where I chuckled, but for me, it just didn't land as heavy as the other episodes. And also the
Yeah.
burrito episode that you mentioned, I love that episode as well. And then there's a lot of things going on in the background that I really like on that episode. as well. So I like that too.
Oh, the
Especially
constant changing of meetings in that episode.
Yeah.
That's constant too, because you never know. Somebody might have something come up, they flipped it, or for some reason they don't want to talk to you at that particular moment, so they flip the schedule, or so the fact that it's actually just these two dueling it out makes it even more hilarious.
Right, because it was supposed to be the director for Smile, and he was supposed to make another film that was based off of Smile.
Yeah.
Because but yeah, then there was also the doctor thing for the banquet, which everyone feels like we need movies and they help save lives and they're more important than the doctor.
And the doctors
No,
are
not
like,
more important,
okay.
just as.
Right.
When they go to those hospital rooms, what do they see over there? He kept bringing it up every single time. I'm like, Matt, just let it go. These doctors are not going to concede.
I like I think it was the end of that one. It was like, and no, I'm going to the hospital. And you know what I'm going to see? A movie.
A big screen.
He's like, I'll be
You
carried
enjoy
out.
your movie, Matt. On a stretch of that platform. Oh, gosh.
I thought to myself, yeah, you're not getting a second date. You're not even going to be able to
No.
be with this woman.
Nope.
You kept bringing up movies and you outbid her entire friend group. $200,000. Yeah. Oh my God.
And then you also have the other producer that he sleeps with as well, that he's making out with at the presentation.
Oh, yeah.
He goes, we're not supposed to be doing this. We're not supposed to be doing this.
Right.
Oh, that was his marketing team. What was it? Maya,
yeah.
Yeah, Maya. He's all making out with her at the end.
And then when he goes over to her house, they just tell you want to make out. No, we're not supposed to be doing that. No. He goes like,
and they look like they're about to do it again at CinemaCon, but they kind of push away.
Yeah.
well, his friend also C-blocked him though too. So.
Yeah, that's true.
Ooh, that hurt.
Because he could have actually had her outside in the hallway while all that chaos was going on. So you have drugs, sex, and everything that you want from a after party. So that's basically what it was. It was an after party to the party that happened that night, and then you're having to sober up, but then you're having another party to try to get everybody together again.
Right.
Because
and then we're going to go to the after party for that party later.
A rap party, basically.
Yeah.
But yeah. All in all, great season, great step. Here's the thing. I have to agree with Pick a Flick for a minute here. When it comes to Seth Rogen movies, I hit or miss with him as well. I like him. At first, I'm like, you know what? I like him in supporting roles. I liked him in 50-50. That was hands down showing me that he has some dramatic chops to him.
Yeah.
I also liked him in the 40-year-old version. And these supporting roles was something I liked. But seeing him do this, I'm like, okay, you have me. I'm hooked at what you're doing now, Seth. I'm dialed into this. I can't wait for the second season. If you're a huge film buff, film fanatic, or you love hearing about movie news and how everything is like I am, like I do a movie news segment every once in a while. This is for you. This is for you as a person who loves film that wants a little bit of a deep dive into what they do. This is perfect. And then also too, Seth is also getting emails because the studios are being pissed off at him. I don't know if you knew that, Chris, or not, but he was on Howard Stern's show. He was like, yeah, man, I'm actually getting emails saying, how could you go on ahead and rat us out for this or that?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he was actually getting emails from the studios.
Oh, that's
how
funny.
real it was.
Just he sent him an email with Mickey Mouse putting the middle finger up, like, don't you ever do that.
But
oh boy,
you're flip me off. But
Gorge, Mickey, gorge.
gosh.
But any other final words as far as this goes?
No, I can't wait for the next season. Really awesome cast, great cameos, and great comedy. I enjoy it.
Same here.
Me too.
So with that being said, guys, tomorrow night, 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern Time, I will be having Rossie back. Rossie's my co-host. We're going to be doing our season finale of The Last of Us at 8 o'clock Central Time, 9 o'clock Eastern. And then June 29th at 2:00 p.m., I'll have Stu and Smith back again. We're going to be doing I Know What You Did Last Summer. So we're going to be doing that. And then I think then after that, I have Doom Generation coming in August. We're going to be doing a review of Airborne. So it's been a while since I actually had that Tesla and them on the show. The last time that I had them on there, we did a Serial Mom review. So it's good to have them back on here. So that's what I have coming out for my stuff. Chris, is there anything that you're working on that you want to talk to people about? Any films or anything?
Not right now. I do have one short film that I'm working on. It's actually my student film that I finished. Won a couple awards on at school. We're actually going to make it into a feature film if we can. It's called Grimoire. But we're getting a re-edit of the short, and we're going to try and enter it to some festivals, see where it goes, and if people will be interested.
What about for you, Pick?
Well, I'm not the director, but I am working on some new reviews. Got Madagascar coming up for its 20th anniversary and some other things that I'm cooking up. Just been working on some reviews. Summertime is coming. Just got to capitalize on some good things to talk about. Yeah, let's work over here.
Well, guys, we're going to be back again Wednesday, like I said. So going ahead. Well, also, too, do me another favor. My co-host, Rossie, has another podcast that I'm actually director and producer of that podcast. It's called Rossie's Clubhouse. Go in and support her and show her some love over there. She just got done interviewing Lance Laszlo. She also ended up interviewing Payday 916. So check out those interviews. Also, too, it's also available on all audio podcasts as well. And that's going to be it, guys. Have a great and safe night, and we'll catch you guys on the next one later. And please, Chris, stay in the studio after the show. So that way I can leave you out properly.
Okay. Yeah, no problem.
All right. All right, guys. See ya.